Good morning, friends. We have started a new month today. Do you see it's not May on the board behind me? May is M-A-Y. Instead, what do we have? J-U-N-E. What month is it? Okay, May was the 5th month, so we're looking for the 6th month. Let's sing it. January, February, March, and April, May, June. It is June. June 1st. What letter does June start with? J. J. You're right. There's the J. Good job. So, yesterday was a holiday. It was Memorial Day when we appreciate all of the soldiers that have fought for the United States. And there is Monday. That was yesterday. Today is what comes after Monday. Should we? Days of the week. 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 There's Sunday and there's Monday. Tuesday. Yes, it's Tuesday. And there's Wednesday. Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. Days of the week. Well done, friends. So, I want you to go ahead and, what should we talk about next? I'm kind of curious about, have you guys noticed how warm it's been lately? What could we be talking about so that we can explain this phenomenon? Any ideas? What? Is there something behind me? What do you see? Tell me. Oh, should we talk about the weather? That would be fabulous. Let's do it. What's the weather? What's the weather like today? Like today? Sunny, windy, rainy, cloudy, stormy, snowy. Can you say? Can you say? Well, what is it like? What has it been like the last several days? I'm going to take a sneak peek. I have my weather binoculars, but if you don't, you've got two hands, and even if you just used one, that would be a good way to focus your attention outside of your window. And oh my goodness, I don't think I'm going to need a rain jacket today. Are you? No, I don't think so. Do you think you'll need a snow jacket today? I don't think so. Do you think you'll need nice long sleeves and a hat? Well, probably not winter type of long sleeves and a hat. But if you had a hat with a nice bill to keep the sun off your face, or if you were going swimming and had a nice long sleeved rash guard to keep you safe from the sun, that might be pretty appropriate, huh? So, the weather today, let's see, it's going to be warm. So, when it's warm, the weather goes up or down. The temperature, this temperature gauge here. Where does it go? Up or down? Let's see, when it goes down, ooh, that means it's getting cold. Oh, brr! That's not what we're doing right now. Things are getting warm. So the temperature is going up. How high is it going to go? There we go. We have 80. We have 90. And my app said the weather is going to be 95 degrees today. So that's halfway between 90 and 100. You see the numbers I have here? 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. What am I counting by? Tens. Now, we're missing a few down here, aren't we? What about if we start on fingers and we just count by tens? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Wow. Now that is a fast way to count. We got all the way to 100 and it only took us 10 numbers. Amazing. So, I wanted to talk with you. What do you think really likes nice, warm weather? What grows in nice, warm weather? Yes, plants, gardens, and this is the birdhouse gourd that we have been checking in on every once in a while. And let's see. Wow. Do you see what the number is next to how tall the plant has gotten? Do you see that? Right here. See, am I going to get that the right way? Yeah. So let's see. Do you know what number this is? 1, 0? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Our plant is 10 inches tall now and probably ready to get transplanted to the garden. So we read this a while back. This is Where Fish Go in the Winter and Other Great Mysteries. And these are really fun poems that explain why things happen. So it says, how do seeds know which way is up? And I don't know if you're planting a garden right now, or if you've already started, or if maybe you're going to watch somebody else's garden, and all of those are great options. But it says, how does the seed know which way is up? That's really interesting because I don't see roots growing up out of the soil and the seedling headed down further like the roots do. So how does the seed know to send its roots down and its seedling up? Let's find out. It's dark underground where sunlight can't go. So how does a seed know which way to grow? The root is the first to grow from the seed down into the darkness. It digs at full speed. Gravity sensors within each young root teach it to follow a straight downward route. And once this young root has taken the lead, a tender green shoot sprouts out of the seed. The shoot only knows that its life pursuit means heading the opposite way of the root. So if the root heads down, what is the opposite way? Up. There you go. Since shoots need the sunlight to live and to grow, they force themselves upward through dark dirt below. The roots need the water and the shoot needs the light, and each goes its own way, and that works out just right. So, with our birdhouse gourd here is the shoot. And what is down here below the soil? What is getting the nutrients from the soil and the water? The roots. Yes, good job. All right, kiddos, I have something else that I want to share with you. Because, as I said before, it is June now, and we are going to change seasons June 20th. So, in just 19 short days, because 19 plus 1 is 20, and then it will be the season after spring. What could that be? I have my tree here. Let's see. Winter, spring, summer. Ooh, who got that? Who got it? Oh, good job. And what comes after summer? Fall. Good job. So we got Winter, spring, summer, and fall. All you've got to do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. That is a fun song because fall and call rhyme, so it makes it easy to remember. So our next season is summer, and it's going to be nice and warm. And I found this book called Secrets of the Sea, the story of Gene Power, a revolutionary marine scientist. When it gets warm, people do like to head to the beaches. Ooh, look at this. That is a beautiful sea creature. I believe that's a nautilus. Oh, who is the author? The author is Evan Griffith, and it's illustrated by Joni Stone. Illustrated, what does that mean? That's the person that does the pictures, huh? Good job. I don't think we're going to be able to read this whole entire book, but I'd like to read some of it today, and maybe we'll read the rest tomorrow. Jean curled her toes in the sand and gazed out across the deep blue Mediterranean Sea. I'll show you in a second. Gentle waves washed the shore and a salty breeze whooshed like a whispered secret. It was her first day in Sicily, a large island off the coast of Italy. Sicily was nothing like the tiny village in France where Jean had grown up. It was also a big change from bustling Paris, where she had worked as a seamstress. Jean could sew anything, and she had once designed a wedding gown for an Italian princess. Okay, we got a couple of geography terms right there. So, hold on, let me get my globe. Okay, what country are we in? The United States. This is us. This yellow country right here. What state? We're in California. You're right. Do you know what county we're in? We're in Nevada County. And you know what our town is? Grass Valley. All right, so that's us right here. So we're going to have to take an airplane ride. Okay? Are you ready? Hop in your airplane. We are going to travel all the way across the United States, across the Atlantic Ocean, and we are going to go. There is the Mediterranean Sea. Do you see this body of water in here? That's the ocean that Jean is looking at. And she is here. We've got Italy right there. And there's this little island right there. And that's Sicily. So that's where she lives now. But she was in France. That's this green country right there. And she was in Paris. All right, let's continue on with our book. We just had to find out how far away the Mediterranean Sea and Sicily and France were. Okay, you ready to keep going? All right, let's do it. But when she married a merchant and moved to Sicily, she decided to leave dressmaking behind and try something new. What would she do? Who would she become? Oh, look at her. Jean explored the island. She saw wild olive trees and cypresses swaying in the breeze, falcons and eagles soaring overhead, hares scampering over grassy hills, and porcupines foraging among bushes. Sometimes, when she looked out to sea, she caught a glimpse of a breaching whale. That's when they come out of the water. Do you see the breaching whale right there? Or a leaping swordfish. Sicily was buzzing with life. It gave Jean a wild idea. She would become a naturalist. Ooh, that is an interesting term. Naturalist. What does a naturalist do? Let's read more and find out. That's a kind of scientist who studies animals and plants. The year was 1818. That was a long while ago. Women were not encouraged to be scientists, but Jean didn't let that stop her. She taught herself about natural history by reading books, talking to other scientists on the island. Good for her. And then she got to work, and she walked all over Sicily with a journal in hand, jotting notes about every interesting animal and plant that she found, and sketching many of them too. She even brought new friends back to her house to observe up close, including 2 martins and a tortoise. I think that may be the martin that she brought home. But Jean wasn't content to study only land animals. Well, if not only land animals, what animals is she interested in learning more about? Yes, marine animals. Every day the sea breeze whispered in her ear, and her eyes turned to the Mediterranean, and she wanted to learn about the animals that swam beneath the waves. She wanted to uncover the secrets of the sea. But how could Jean study animals that live where humans can't even breathe? I can't breathe underwater, can you? No? How's she going to do this? Let's find out. Other naturalists studied the preserved bodies of dead sea creatures, but Jean wanted to study sea creatures as they lived, and she wanted to meet them face to face. She wanted to see how they moved through the water and how they interacted with one another and how they grew and they changed over time. So she put her mind to work. Maybe a tank would do the trick, she thought. A large tank made of clear glass filled with salt water so that animals could swim inside. That way she could study live sea creatures in her own home. Jean didn't know where to find such a tank. Oh, look, I'm going to give you a closer look at the book. Let's see, it says, so she made one herself. Can you imagine making a tank? Wow. Let's find out. It wasn't so different from creating a dress. First, there was an image in her head, and then she turned the image into a design. Finally, the design became a new object, an aquarium. It was one of the world's first aquariums built for scientific study. Amazing. And Jean didn't stop there. She also designed wooden cages that could be anchored in shallow water, allowing her to observe animals in their natural habitat. She had her equipment, and now all she needed were sea creatures to study. So how's she going to get the sea creatures? The fishermen waved to Jean when she hurried down to the port. She visited them every day in search of animals for her tanks and cages, and they saved interesting sea creatures for her in buckets of salt water. The fishermen didn't see anything special about a bunch of weird-looking animals, but Jean did. So she gazed eagerly into each bucket as though it were a treasure chest. And with her aquariums and a steady supply of animals from the port, Jean was finally ready to study marine life. Oh, there she's got her tank here. Jean studied many creatures from seahorses to sea stars, but her favorite was the paper nautilus, a small octopus that lives inside a thin white shell. Jean loved the rich colors of the paper nautilus, and she loved the graceful way it sails through the water. With her aquariums, she was able to do something no one had ever done before. Observe this enchanting octopus alive and up close, and this careful study gave her the chance to solve a mystery that had puzzled scientists for ages. When scientists can't agree on something, they like to argue, and they had been arguing for a long time about this. About whether the paper nautilus created its shell or stole it from another animal. And Jean knew that she could use her aquariums to settle this argument once and for all. She placed paper nautilus eggs inside of a tank, and now she just had to wait for them to hatch. She pressed her face against the aquarium glass and waited day after day until the baby octopus emerged. And at first there was no signs of shells. Maybe paper nautiluses do steal their shells after all, Jean thought. But to be sure, she kept watching. And then finally she saw them, tiny shells just starting to take shape. Jean's heart leaped. She had solved the mystery of the paper nautilus. It didn't steal another animal's shell. It created one of its own. Wow. All right, I am going to save the rest of this book. We've gotten about halfway through, and I'm going to save the rest for tomorrow, the rest of our marine biology book. And her name is Jean Power. Very cool. Okay, one last thing. I have the mystery box out over there. Inside of the mystery box, there's a piece of paper. This piece of paper has a certain name. You put a letter or something else that you want to send inside of this folded piece of paper. You put a stamp on it. You write an address on it, and then you can lick it shut or tape it shut, and you put it in the mailbox and you send it out, and it arrives in somebody else's mailbox, and they're able to open up this piece of paper. What is the piece of paper called? Did you say envelope? This is an envelope, and you can open it up and put in a letter, and you put the stamp right up there in the corner. Very cool. I hope you guessed it. All right, kiddos, I will see you mañana, iguana. Mwah.